Robots Damia are attacking the positions of Russian occupiers. It sounds like a description of a science fiction movie. But in reality, this is now the truth. While Russia is pulling tanks, artillery, and other World War II-era weapons from its reserves, Ukraine has stepped into the future.
War brings losses, but our task is to minimize them to the maximum extent possible.
For the first time in history, Ukrainian fighters conducted an operation using exclusively robotic systems. The breakthrough was made by the Cartier Brigade. They were the ones who decided to deploy ground drones and other robotic weaponry to attack the positions of Russian occupiers near the village of Lipsy.
And as a logistical ground robotic system, which delivers both miners who are conducting remote mining operations without involving people, there is a mobile electronic warfare station, there are automated turrets with weapons that go out and position themselves where a soldier cannot go, such as in dangerous or inaccessible areas. The situation simply does not allow it. He physically cannot go there, but a remotely controlled robotic system can be deployed.
The military, of course, were on the battlefield, but they stayed away from the whistling bullets. Those dozens of pieces of equipment, which included foreign robotic drones, communication drones, and mobile turrets. These were bomber drones. They were operated by dozens, if not hundreds, of people in crews. It is known that the attack occurred in early December. Everything else is shrouded in mystery. This is not surprising. Moreover, correct. But now it can be stated that the number of such operations will only increase.
We are testing the concept of war and small operations entirely through robots and artificial intelligence.
What specific robotic systems does Ukraine have? What are their tasks? And how do the Iron Soldiers handle the tasks on the battlefield? All of this indeed in just a moment. Technologies in Ukraine are developing at a staggering pace. Everyone has just gotten used to kamikaze drones and other UAVs. Now, ground drones are increasingly being deployed on the battlefield.
Currently, in Ukraine, there are more than 50 manufacturers of ground drones that have passed certification and initial tests as recorded by the Ministry of Defense, including the Ministry of Digital Transformation. That is those of which approximately 17 or 20 are certified according to NSE standards.
The Russians constantly scare their people with biolabs in Ukraine, and the occupiers have something to fear. Because on the battlefield, for example, there are indeed combat cockroaches. These small but very nimble machines have become indispensable helpers on the front line. Controlled from a camera loaded with mines, they move remotely, deploy, set up, and return back. They are very difficult to spot on the front, and even if an enemy drone detects the ground robot, catching it is a challenging task. Moreover, such a system is inexpensive and can perform a wide range of tasks.
It's essentially a small compact toy car, but as the guys often say, it can perform a very wide, diverse and varied range of tasks. It delivers medicine, it delivers ammunition, it delivers provisions. The stated load capacity is approximately 40 kilograms, but the guys say that when needed it can carry more or even more.
And this is the Volya E. The system is similar to the Tarakan, but more powerful. Instead of 2 mines, the Volya can already load 4. Mining is one of the main tasks of this ground robot.
It was made so that people wouldn't have to walk on the front lines, crawl through fields, or manually carry mines, such as anti-tank mines, for example. Instead, they can safely and efficiently drive this robot and remotely mine the field or road in order to complete the task.
However, multifunctionality is extremely important on the front line. The Volya E can also transform from a miner into a rescuer.
This tray is removed, special mounts for a stretcher are installed, the wounded person is placed there, and they are evacuated from the combat zone.
Horseradish, maybe. It can remotely travel up to 3 kilometers. In urban conditions, a kilometer. These seemingly small machines, but their usefulness on the battlefield is astounding. No person can carry up to 250 kilograms on their own. Do you understand? To carry 250 kilograms over rough terrain, we need 10 soldiers who are being monitored. Delivery of equipment, a bull, and other things, as well as mining. Very important. But there is another area where ground robots help. That is reconnaissance. This is done, for example, by this robot dog.
This is quite a new direction. It is being developed to release a robot dog equipped with a camera ahead of combat groups. It can scout and explore.
They are not yet very popular on the front, but their future is definitely bright. Besides important tasks, they can also provide moral support to the military. For example, give a paw, a robotic paw. But that's not all that ground drones are capable of. Some types can even calmly engage in firing. Moreover, very accurately. It was armed with a Browning 12.7 caliber machine gun. Targeting was carried out using an optical module. We had the capability to conduct aimed fire up to 2 kilometers. For now, this is also not very widespread, and there are no details about such drones. But most importantly, the enemy doesn't know about them either.
Even during several of our combat missions, radio interceptions were recorded during communications. The enemy was saying that it seemed to him that a BMP was firing at him. We were using explosive target cartridges at that time, and the enemy thought that a BMP was firing at them from a very long distance because it couldn't be heard, while we were actually 800 meters away from the enemy.
Ukrainian military personnel agree that ground drones, along with well-proven FPV drones and other UAVs, are the future. This is the future. The future UAV.
This is the future in our army because, first of all, it preserves the lives of our servicemen. It can indeed be said that today unmanned systems are the gods of war.
And these gods of war are under the control of Ukrainian defenders. Therefore, there is no doubt that new weapons will continue to appear on the battlefield. And soon, more and more often, Russian occupiers will complain about the work, particularly of ground drones. Well, we will be closely monitoring this and telling you about it. So like this video and let us know what you think. Ukrainian robotic systems. And be sure to subscribe to our new Arsenal channel so you don't miss all the most interesting things. Bye.